In this video, discuss natin yung mga laro sa PBA 50th Season Philippine Cup noong October 17, 2025. And once again, ako po si Ruben Terado. I write sports for spin.ph. And thank you for watching us as always sa ating YouTube channel. And first, let's discuss yung first game na ginanap kanina sa Smart Araneta Coliseum ngayong Biyernes ng gabi. Again, October 17, 2025, nagwagi ang Magnolia laban sa Titan Ultra sa score na 127 to 119. And hindi natin nakita yung first game sana ni Calvin Abueva against his former team dahil may injury si Calvin Abueva. He missed this game due to a hamstring injury na kanyang nakakuha during their game against Converge last Saturday. So he sat out this ball game and mukhang yung absence niya naka-apekto dito sa laro ng Titan Ultra, and they lost this game against his former team Magnolia 127 to 119. And because of that, number 1, nag-iisa itong Magnolia sa team standings with a 2-0 win-loss record. No? Tagal natin hinintay kung sino yung mag-o-occupy ng solo first place, no? Dahil yung mga teams na nauna nang nanalo during the season ay eventually natalo after their second game, no? And this is the first time na merong winning streak dito sa conference na ito, no? Which is yung Magnolia, and because of that, they take solo first place with a 2-0 win-loss record in the first season of L.A. Tenorio as head coach. And Xavier Lucero, what a huge night for him, no? 23 points, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block, no? Huge numbers for Xavier Lucero, and we can really say na he is the franchise player ng Magnolia with this kind of numbers na kanyang pinapakita. Particularly in this game, ay talagang we can all say that this is Xavier Lucero's team, itong Magnolia Hotshots, with the way he scored the ball, and even yun nga, based on the stats, yung kanyang rebounding, grabe yung kanyang pinakita, monster rebounding numbers for Xavier Lucero. And as usual, being the defensive player of the year ng PBA Press Corps, he also showed yung kanyang prowess sa defense. He had 1 block in this game, but he also showed it yung intangible way, no? Yung hindi yung quantifiable, but definitely yung quality ng depensa pinakita rin ni Xavier Lucero. Although we can all say na generally speaking, it was not a good defensive night for Magnolia dahil sa laki ng binigay nilang puntos dito sa Titan Ultra, which na acknowledge naman ni Coach Ellie Tenorio na this wasn't their kind of game, yung ganito karaming puntos ang kanilang binigay sa Titan Ultra. And considering na in their first game ay Magnolia only gave up 80 points sa Barangay Ginebra in their first game, ay masyado nga namang malaki itong 119 points ng Titan Ultra. Although you can also say that ito talaga yung style of play ng Titan Ultra, no? Yung pagdating sa opensa, they showed it especially nung mga past few games na they can run the ball and they can score quickly. But again, if you are a defensive team like Magnolia, I can understand yung sentiments ni Coach Ellie Tenorio na hindi siya satisfied sa nilaro ng Magnolia pagdating sa depensa by giving up 119 points, no? And eto si Ian Sanggalang also played well in this game, 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, no? And if you notice, over the past 2 games, ay si Ian Sanggalang has been coming off the bench. And if you take a look at his stats nung 49 season, dun sa 13 games na nilaro ng Magnolia during the Philippine Cup last season, lahat yon nag-start si Ian Sanggalang. And this time around, so far, mukhang dito sa sistema ni Coach Ellie Tenorio ay off the bench ang nilalaro or off the bench manggagaling itong si Ian Sangalang. So the veteran playing the role of second stringer sa koponan so far this season. And even though second stringer na itong si Ian Sangalang, at least for the first 2 games, ay ine-embrace ni Ian Sangalang yung role na yan dahil he also recognizes na kailangan din niya ng pahinga, and with him around sa bench, that will only solidify yung kanilang bench, no? And he can complement with the likes of Xavier Lucero and Javi Gomez de Leaño. So, Ian Sangalang, no? In his second game as a second stringer, maganda na naman yung kanyang pinakita. And again, he's accepting this kind of role dahil gusto rin niya na mag-come off the bench, giving spark and trying to sustain yung nilalaro ng first group. Yun naman yung role niya as a second stringer, no? So, again, Ian Sangalang embracing the role of a second stringer, no? And even Mark Baroka, this is also his second game playing off the bench. Yung kanilang starting guard, it's Jerome Lastimosa over the past 2 games. And Baroka had 16.7 assists and 4 rebounds in this ball game. Actually, he helped a lot dun sa start ng fourth quarter where Magnolia scored the first 11 points of the fourth quarter, and some of the points during that stretch ay galing kay Mark Baroka. And once again, like Ian Sangalang, he also embraces yung pagiging second stringer dahil in a way ay it preserves him, no? Dahil maaga pa naman sa season na ito, and they are also preparing for the long run, no? Na gusto nilang magbigyan ng experience yung mga bata, and para naman sa mga veterans, this early in the conference, gusto rin ng Magnolia, mukhang gusto rin ng Magnolia nga na i-manage yung minutes ni Mark Baroka and the other vets. And so far, it's working, and dahil nagkakaroon nga rin ng depth pagdating sa bench when Mark Baroka and Ian Sangalang are there sa bench, and giving the team a spark, no? Pag para kung ipapahinga sila Xavier Lucero and again sila Jerome Lastimosa and the other young guys, pag nagpapahinga sila, merong magbibigay din ng same amount of energy or even more galing sa mga veterano like si Ian Sangalang and Mark Baroka. So far so good doon sa ploy na yan ni Coach Eli Tenorio na putting Ian Sangalang and Mark Baroka off the bench. And then let's go by the numbers again dito sa game na to. Look at the shooting of Magnolia in this game. And this is siguro mainly the reason why Magnolia scored 127 points in this game. They shot the lights out 63% from the field, no? 55 of 87 from the field, and very rare yan, no? Yung 63% field goal shooting in a game. And grabe rin yung shooting talaga ng Magnolia in this game, kaya umabot sa 127 points yung kanilang naibuslo. On the other side, yung Titan Ultra, 43% from field goal range, and in any other game, usually ang 43% you will win a ball game, but unfortunately for Titan Ultra, mas maganda yung naging shooting ng Magnolia dito, 63% from the field. And siguro isa rin itong dahilan kung bakit hindi masaya si Coach Eli Tenorio sa depensa ng Magnolia, dahil nga nag-allow sila ng 43% dito sa Titan Ultra. So yan po yung statistics of the first game, and then the assists as well. Magnolia showing the way with 34 assists and only 22 for Titan Ultra. And ito yung box score, no? And if you can look closely, ayun nga, no, si Russell Escoto also contributing, producing for Magnolia with 16 points. Javi Gomez Del Llano with 14, and then Jerome Lastimosa right there with 13 points. Para naman sa Titan Ultra, Joshua Monson had 28 points. Ato Olar played well in this ball game against Titan Ultra or against Magnolia, producing 17 points. And then down the line, Balanza with 14. And then si Von Pesumal, 13 points. Chris Kun, 12. Demi Tapay with 10. And then si Roy Sumang with 9 points in this ball game para dito sa Titan Ultra. Again, it was a close game. After the third quarter, 4-point lead for Magnolia, but nag-pull away yung Magnolia pagdating ng fourth. And then, the second game, Meralco defeating Barangay Ginebra sa score na 89-75 in a game where Ginebra led by as many as 16 points, but they collapsed. It was Meralco coming from behind, and dare I say, showed NSD spirit against Barangay Ginebra to pull off an 89-75 victory laban sa Ginebra. And Chris Newsome led the way for Meralco with 19 points, 14 in the second half, 6 of 14 shooting from the field, then 8 rebounds and 4 assists. And na-mention na natin to in our past recaps na si Chris Newsome struggled in his first 2 games. But now, babalik na yung kanyang shooting. And because of that, Meralco has now won 2 straight games, no, with Chris Newsome leading the charge for the Meralco Bolts. CJ Cancino, 18 points in the ball game, 5 of 10 shooting from 2-point range, and 8 of 9 from the foul line. And si CJ Cancino, we've seen an increase in scoring, no, for CJ Cancino in for the season so far. And dun nga sa first game pa nga nila, I think he scored 22 points, no? Dun sa kanilang unang laro, no, when they faced Titan Ultra. CJ Cancino had a huge night, and ganito rin yung kanyang pinakita against Barangay Ginebra with that 18 points sa kanyang pangalan. And then Bong Quinto came alive in the fourth, 10 of his 11 points in the fourth quarter. Medyo dikit pa tong game entering the third, no, na lamang ang Barangay Ginebra by the score of 65-61, pero tong Meralco talagang nag-explode in the fourth quarter, no, and outscoring itong Barangay Ginebra by the score of 33-40, no, if hindi tayo nagkakamali. We will double check, but again, an outburst for Meralco offensively. Yun, tama tayo, no, 33-14 yung naging scoring dyan, with Meralco outscoring Barangay Ginebra in the fourth. And another key to victory, yung rebounding ng Meralco, 60 rebounds, comparing that to 43 for Ginebra. Brandon Bates at 14, Cliff Fudge with 8 rebounds, and then nga si Chris Newsome with 8 rebounds as well sa larong ito. And well, apologies, no, nailagay natin Cedric Bearfield, but disregard nyo na po yan. But you can see, no, yung first half field goal, no, it was actually a tale of 2 halves for both teams, no, with itong Meralco only shooting 23% from the field, and then itong Barangay Ginebra 40%. And then pagdating ng second half, it was a totally different story. Meralco shooting 56%. Ito namang Ginebra nag-struggle sa second half with only 28%. So yan yung naging storya sa larong ito, yung shooting ng both teams. First half, Meralco nag-struggle, and then second half, naging baliktad yung nangyari. It was Ginebra's turn to miss their shots, at kabaliktaran nga yung nangyari sa second half naman. Meralco naman yung maganda ang naging shooting. And here is the box score. And Aaron Black and Cliff Fudge with 8 points. Alin Maliksi with 7. And then Brandon Bates, Raymond Almasan with 6, as well as Banquero For Barangay Ginebra, RJ Abarrientos led Ginebra with 14 points, Japet Aguilar with 13, si Stephen Holt with 12, si Jeremiah Gray, no? Very consistent to start the conference, picking up the slack left by Jamie Malonzo. And then si Sunny Steele had 9 in this ball game, 4 steals as well for Sunny Steele, the rookie. And then si Scotty Thompson, 6 points. Then Troy Rosario, 5. And Nards Pinto and Norbert Torres with 3 points apiece. So yan po yung recap ng games natin. Again, Meralco winning against Barangay Ginebra. Meralco improving to 2-2. Barangay Ginebra now falling to 1-2. A huge win for Meralco dahil they are in the middle of a 3-game, 5-day stretch. And so far, nanalo yung Meralco. Unbeaten pa sila sa stretch na yan. They won against Blackwater last Wednesday. And then now, they defeated Barangay Ginebra. And they still have a game. And they will be playing against Magnolia on Sunday before flying to Japan for their EASL campaign. So, yan po yung resulta again ng second game with Meralco winning against Barangay Ginebra. And again, dyan na po nagtatapos yung ating recap ng games noong October 17, 2025. Thank you for watching us on our YouTube channel. And again, my name is Ruben Terrado. Read our stories sa spin.ph. We have more from this game sa ating website, spin.ph. And of course, we also have videos and interviews about these games sa ating YouTube channel. So consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more updates about sports and particularly the PBA. Alright, dyan na po natapos yung ating video. Again, thank you for watching. We will see you next time.